Hello and welcome to another episode of the Contractor Grow Show. My name is Mark, and today I'm speaking with Nathaniel Maes at Mountain Area Electrical Services in the Denver and the larger kind of area, kind of from the range up and down here in Colorado. Nathaniel, thanks so much for being with us today.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so interesting story. I love that you guys, we've done a lot of research. I love that you guys are in some really interesting niche kind of areas with your electrical service. But maybe you could just begin by telling us the story, kind of the story of Mountain Area and kind of the history of it and how you got to where you're at today and where you're at today.
Okay. Yeah. So, I was working for a small shop and I was lead on the job, and I just kept calling the owner, hey, trying to get answers. She was always up skiing or always on vacation. I was like, I want to be that guy. I want to be the one on vacation. I want to be the one skiing,
Yeah, I heard that.
And so I was like, well, I'm going to work for myself. And it took me a minute to get the guts to just step out and do it. But, I was sick and tired of being told where to be and what time and how much I was worth. And I wanted to make those rules for myself. So went out and grabbed an LLC and started Mountain Area Electrical for, and I had $300 and a gang box of tools in my truck. And that's how me and my father started it, actually. So my father's how I got into electrical.
Interesting.
Been
Okay.
with him ever since I can remember. I've never had another job. It's all I've ever done, electrician. And so that was, 10 years ago.
Okay.
And we just plugging away, just trying to get what we can get, and doing honest work for fair prices. I'm not here to bend anybody over or try and take advantage of anybody.
Sure.
I don't like to upsell or anything like that, And we got really lucky, and we got a couple of contracts putting in the electrical for walk-in bathtubs, and made a ton of money doing that.
Interesting.
And then I was getting ready to grow and trying to decide if I should get a business loan or not for the padding to grow, new trucks, new employees, such and such. And put it off too long, and we lost the contract putting in the tubs. And so it wasn't eligible to get the loan I wanted at the time.
Okay.
And so right now it's just me, my dad, my wife, and he's pretty much my brother. I've known him for like 18 years. It's just the four of us that run the company and just plug away at whatever we can get, just trying to get bigger,
Amazing. So you grew up, your dad's an electrician, you grew up doing electrical, obviously balanced in and got your electrical license, probably just like ace the test because you already knew everything, including about how to run the business, which is key because they often don't really learn a whole lot about that and like getting your license, right?
Right, yeah.
Interesting. So, you kind of grew up in this and it was just a natural fit. Did your brother grow up in this as well? And he's also an electrician. And so you guys are kind of partnered up on this?
Well, yeah, no. So he didn't grow up doing electrical. No, he did all kinds of stuff. He worked on food trucks. He owned a food truck for a little bit, called Burger Chief, sorry. And then he was a mover for a while, and I just kept bugging him. He wanted nothing to do with electricity. And
is that right?
Yeah. And so it took about like a year and a half of me calling him like almost every day for him to come on. And yeah, he got let go from his moving company. He's like, all right, fine, I'll come on. And that was 4 years ago. So.
Wow. Interesting. Yeah. So, man, how do you balance? I'm just always curious about, family businesses and, is your dad a part of this as well? Do you guys, does he work? Yeah. Okay. So it's you, your wife, your brother, your dad. How do you guys, we talk with a lot of contractors that have got family businesses at different levels, and that can be tricky, right? It's, right. Got competing ideas on things, right? But meanwhile, you got to get together for Thanksgiving, right?
Right.
How do you kind of juggle kind of responsibilities and stuff? So you guys kind of stay in your own lane. Do you guys kind of specialize in different things, or is it just like everybody's there making decisions together and working together every day? Any kind of tips on that?
Yeah. So we started off with, my wife did all the office work. My dad would do estimating and permits and stuff like that, and also help on the job site. And then me and my brother would just run all the work in the field. And I noticed that it was probably my fault or how we had set up the system, but there was a lot of miscommunication. I forgot to send that text and it messed up the whole next day, kind of a thing. And so really I just kind of run it all of it myself. So I do all of it now. I do all the estimating, I do all the project managing. I'm got my tools on. I do all the permits and licensing and everything online. And I found it easier if one person just really controls all that and everything. And
Okay.
the other one chief, you know, a lot of
Interesting.
Indians. Yeah, you can't have too many chiefs, yeah, or else it doesn't work.
Yeah, I heard that, man. So you're the
Yeah.
chief,
Yeah, I guess
chief of
so.
that
Yeah.
area. Yeah, got it. Okay,
Yeah.
great. Something we talk with contractors a lot about, and to me is just like absolutely critical, is as much as possible to niche down, right? And so, I mean, we've got a lot of episodes on the, I'm the ex-builder myself. I, built, a lot of remodels, additions, and things. I was actually, a complete generalist when I was doing this, but what we've seen is that the most successful contractors are typically kind of niche down into kind of an area of specialty. And, they're not just everything for everybody. And, I took a look at your stuff here. I mean, it looks like you guys have really kind of carved out some unique kind of expertise in like breweries, restaurants, warehouses, grow houses, right here in
Mhm.
Colorado,
Yeah.
cannabis, like grow houses. Tell me about that, man. I mean, is that something is what percentage of your work is within that kind of lane and what has that how has that been helpful for you guys to say, look, this is what we do? I mean, you probably take all kinds of jobs, if they come up. I mean, how
Yeah.
much are you guys kind of dedicated to really trying to stay in this few specific services you guys do really, really well?
Yeah, no, we're pretty dedicated to staying into those services because it really helps when you walk in somewhere and you're the expert on it. I've done it 20 times, 30 times, so I walk in there, I can give the customer options. I can tell them, that brand doesn't work for this, that switch is bad for this because of that. And it really helps when you narrow down that specialty. It makes you more efficient, makes you, I guess, like I said, more of an expert, and that really shines through. You don't have I don't know, let me get back to you. People don't like to hear that.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, and it's just we all really like doing it too. I think that's a big part of it. You have to enjoy what you're doing. So if you
Hmm.
hate it every day, you're going to cut corners. You're not going to want to be there. You know,
Hmm.
yeah. So getting down into
Interesting.
that, especially that you really enjoy, I think it's really good for the company.
I love it. Yeah, big time. And so, I mean, if you guys are dealing with like these commercial spaces, breweries, restaurants, um, I think grow houses are going to have this as well. I mean, do you have to really have some unique scheduling? Because, I mean, this is basically commercial work, which
Right.
often means working after hours. But I mean, even then, even more so, you're like breweries, restaurants. I mean, maybe you guys are in early and in really, really late somehow. I mean, what type of scheduling do you guys have to deal with your specific clientele?
Yeah. So like you were saying with the restaurants and breweries, yeah, it's usually either early in the morning or late at night. And it's always usually, oh, this broke and we need to fix in the next hour, and you can't shut anything off.
Oh, right.
Yeah. But yeah, usually we're open 24/7. So we offer 24/7 service. And so we just kind of take turns on whose call is going, who's closer. Because my dad lives up north in Thornton, so who's closer to what job, we'll take it. But yeah, it's
Okay.
I found that to be a good niche to get into, the 24/7 service.
That's amazing. And I mean, can I ask, are you guys able to charge really kind of a premium because of that? I mean,
Yeah, on the service we do charge a little bit more of a premium because I'll answer my phone at 1 in the morning and come fix whatever's going on.
that's amazing, of course. Yeah, versus like just working with consumers or whatever. And like we start at 9 and we'll probably not start at 9, but we start at, 7 a.m. and we're out by 3. I mean, if you're answering calls at 1 a.m. and, I mean, you guys are maybe an hour south of Denver, you're
Mhm.
driving up to Denver to deal with some brewery's problem at, 2:30 a.m.,
Yeah.
then, charging premium for that, it makes perfect sense. And I mean, we're always telling our clients and people that we consult with to try to find a niche where they can ultimately charge higher prices.
Right. Yeah.
Because yeah, I mean, once you can charge those higher prices, that higher margin, 20-30% goes straight to the bottom line. I mean, you're working for that and you're providing an important service for that. But I love it. Regarding kind of grow houses and things, a ton of grow houses, grow shops here in Colorado. Any unique things that come up with that? Any kind of, I mean, you're talking about some hardcore electrical, maybe two phase. I don't even know if you ever deal with three phase in that, but I mean, what kind of things come up with like, big grows where you're installing, I don't know, 30, 50, 100,000 watts of light
Right.
in a room, it's going on and off every day. What type of things come up with that kind of thing? I mean, any direction or thoughts on how that service is kind of unique and what some of the unique characteristics of it are?
Yeah, the really unique part of it is like lighting control panels and timers and time clocks and everything like that. It's almost like a BAS system, building automation system. So
Okay.
you have to make sure, these lights turn on at this time and these lights turn on at this time with these fans and that exhaust, and then the heat turns on at this time, but you don't want it all to turn on at once because, the panel can't handle it. And so it's like slight automation, I would say,
Okay.
is the specialty with that. With grow houses, I haven't really found any you have to be in at this time or that time or anything like that. It's just really understanding how everything works and making sure it all doesn't turn on at the same time.
Interesting. Okay. Well, can I ask, I mean, of the different services that you offer, I mean, are there some that are kind of more profitable? I mean, we're the Contractor Grow Show here. We're always looking to help our listeners add kind of an edge to what they're doing. And I mean, we really talk a lot about profit, right? I mean,
Right.
gross sales is kind of a vanity metric, right? We're doing $4 million, we're doing $1 million, whatever it is. But I mean, what drops to the bottom line can wildly differ between different services. Are there certain services or even just kind of angles of services that you would say
Or
this
better.
is it makes a lot more money than this does over here?
Yeah, so like I was saying with the when I put in those walk-in bathtubs, I had that contract. So if an electrical company or contractor can find somewhere where someone else is getting your leads and setting it up, so I just let them have my schedule. I was like, you sell the job, you schedule the job, send me a date and an address, I'll be there and I'll wire it up. Here's set prices for footage of wires, how we did it. If it's this many feet, it's X. This many feet, X. Blah blah blah. And I found that to be extremely profitable because I didn't have to deal with scheduling, estimating. It cut a lot of time down. And then after I
Mhm.
did 4, 5, 6 of them, they were super easy, and
Uh-huh.
it just became really routine almost, I could say. And we got to travel around Colorado. I mean, I went up to Wyoming, did a few, and it just got to see some places. It was cool. But yeah, like get a contract in with somewhere that you don't have to deal with a lot of it. And you just have a set price and you just show up, and that's where I made most of my money.
Amazing. Okay. And you guys have been growing the business. Do you guys do any type of marketing now? I mean, is it all word of mouth? Imagine with the kind of niche that you guys are in, that a lot of folks just refer you guys. I mean, do you do any kind of outreach or billboards or any kind of paid marketing to grow the business?
Yeah, so I actually just started doing that. So I tried to do it a few years ago, and I got screwed over by a marketing company. And so it took me a few years to be willing to trust another marketing company. But I just got in with one last month, and we're almost done with the new website and everything like that. And they have an app that's going to help me, get reviews and generate leads. I just put an ad out on a couple of golf courses, so
Huh.
just
Okay.
starting that. But yeah, it's mainly just been word of mouth. We provide a
Okay.
service to cut above, and people like to talk about us.
Love it. And then, I mean, you've got a new marketing company you're working with. Do you have kind of goals on how much you guys will grow here in the next year? I mean, you guys have got some capacity, perhaps. I mean, looking for kind of 10, 20, 30% growth or double the business or any.
I would like to double the business this year. Yeah, yeah, I'd
Uh-huh.
like to get 2 or 3 more electricians, at least 2 more service vans.
Okay.
Yep. I definitely
Okay.
would like to double the company this year for sure. I'm hoping that works.
Yeah. Love it. Okay. Well, fantastic. So Nathaniel is down in beautiful Sedalia. It's kind of about, like I say, south, about an hour south of Denver here or so, over in the mountains. Looks like you're in a beautiful area.
Mhm.
But you work up in the Denver area and all up and down the Front Range.
Oh
If
yeah.
folks are looking for a great electrician, in the kind of brewery, restaurant, grow niche or beyond, what are a couple of good ways to get in touch with you guys?
You can text, email, phone call, any of them on the website. There's a get an estimate now button, and you click it and fill it out. Tell me what you need and everything. It sends me a text immediately. so I can see what's going on and I can get back to you. But the fastest way, since I am still in the field with my tools on, would be a text or a phone call.
Okay, great. And so the website, I mean, the business is Mountaineer Electrical Services. The website is MT, like mountain, MTN, area elec, like ELEC.com. So MTNAREAELEC.com. You can find the phone number there. And fantastic. Well, Nathaniel, thank you so much for being with us today, man. It's great to hear about the niche that you guys are in, and really looking forward to following your growth here over the next year. Hoping you guys double.
Yeah, thank you. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, one last thing I'd like to add.
Yeah.
I found to make a lot of money servicing other areas people won't.
Interesting. Okay. Like what?
Like deep conifer, deep evergreen, small mountain towns that people won't come out to. I've had people call me. I've been trying to get an electrician out here for a month, and I'm like, yeah, I'll come.
That's great. Okay. Yeah. So for listeners, I mean, if there are areas that aren't like in, urban areas that are more kind of outlying, it sounds like there's some great opportunities there. And probably because no one else is going to come out and do that work, you probably charge, you probably have a lot more, sort of bandwidth or a lot more, kind of area to charge, higher levels, which again, is going to really bring a lot of profit. So love that.
Right.
Fantastic. Well, Nathaniel, thank you so much for being on the show today, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.